Hey guys, check it out. You're watching Jonathan Clarke on YouTube. Oh no! Good morning, everybody. I hope you had lovely dreams last night that were beautiful. I say this because you guys really were a dream that came true and happened for me when I least expected it. You really were a gift. Descendants of Zombies has changed my life for forever, and I think for the better. It's had a significant impact on my life and how I believe everything happens for a reason. Thank you, girls, so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel as many times as you have, because when you subscribe to this YouTube channel, you let me know that there's someone out there who loves these videos and appreciates them for all the time that I put into creating so many beautiful videos for you that I can only hope, let me say that, can offer you some inspiration and some inspirational thoughts about how proud you are to be a Descendants of Zombies fan, because I am really proud to be able to sit behind this podcast microphone and talk about Descendants of Zombies in the way it's meant to be talked about for what feels like forever. I feel as if so many people are creating Descendants of Zombies videos. It's become a trend on YouTube, and I look at the analytics all the time. People are searching up the Descendants Wicked Wonderland teasers. People are searching up news on Descendants Wicked Wonderland's cast. But I feel as if people aren't really recording videos that really mean anything to anybody because they really don't make any sense. And my heart goes out to each and every person who has ever done that, searched up Descendants Wicked Wonderland updates on the cast, what have you, and you're not finding videos that you can really appreciate or find time enjoying. So sometimes I create silly videos where I kind of have fun with you guys and talk about how if you don't subscribe to this YouTube channel, I may have to work at a taco shop or a noodle shop or work at Five Nights at Freddy's. Or how I live 5 minutes away from a soda plantation and a chemical plant that could explode. You know, I never intended to move into a home near a soda plantation and a chemical plant that could have exploded. It was just so convenient that zombies revolved around a town called Seabrook that was near a soda plantation and a chemical plant that unfortunately exploded, turning everybody into zombies. I just found this house, I moved into it, and then when I started watching zombies years ago, it reminded me of how everything blew up and went to shit after the chemical plant exploded and turned everybody into zombies and werewolves and aliens and vampires. It was kind of really cool. So when I had the opportunity to live in a home near a soda plantation and a chemical plant to really fit the criteria of creating Descendants of Zombies videos for each and every one of you, I said to myself, you know, what a perfect opportunity this was, because I can guarantee you there is nobody out there that creates Descendants of Zombies videos who actually lives near a soda plantation and a chemical plant that could explode. It's actually quite fun. Because it really brings these videos to life, and I actually do love living near a soda plantation and a chemical plant that could explode. I don't know for the life of me what I would do if the chemical plant and the soda plantation would explode simultaneously. I think I would be in a really messed up situation. I think there would be a lot of chaos. Some nights when I record videos, every once in a while you will hear cops, ambulances, and fire trucks speeding down my street. And it's really chaotic here because I live in the center of the city. So if there is in fact a zombie apocalypse or there is an alien invasion, which reportedly is on the way sometime between now and the end of 2025, there is reportedly an alien mothership on its way to Earth to kill us all. And I have this to say to an alien mothership that could be watching this video: I will kick your ass. And I will proudly stand in front of an alien mothership and take bullets for every girl who's ever subscribed to my YouTube channel and who has yet, or maybe thinking about subscribing to this YouTube channel, because I have this to say to everybody: for how incredibly supportive and how much in love you have been with my videos, I just want to say thank you so much, because you could be subscribed to anybody else's YouTube channel talking about alien invasions or zombie apocalypses happening, which people will tell you. It's really bullshit how people tell you that there is no such thing as an alien apocalypse or an alien invasion that could happen, because it could really happen and you could never be too prepared. So I like recording videos to get you guys ready for the inevitable, which is, a zombie apocalypse or an alien invasion. I love talking about it. I love bringing it to life in a way that I don't think any other YouTube creator goes above me on the requirements of anybody else out there to talk about this kind of thing. Because you can never be too prepared, you nor your loved ones. And I don't ever want to see you girls in a situation where you have to fight off thousands of zombies or encounter thousands of aliens who come from a distant planet on an alien mothership. One can be never too prepared. You know, I used to watch a show called Alf years ago, and he was from a planet called Melmac. And nobody ever thought Alf would show up on Earth and impact the family's life that he did, chasing cats and checking the refrigerator every night of his life. Alf only lasted from 1989 until 1992, and only had about 3 seasons. But Alf was a show that had a significant impact on my life as a kid. It brought back so many fond memories. And then, of course, I remember watching a movie years later called Planet 51 with Dwayne Johnson, and wishing more than ever that I could commandeer a space rocket and land on Planet 51 and live on a planet where aliens lived their life out like humans and never ever thought they were humans. I thought that was really, really cool. I was like, man, I have to check the vehicle listings every time on the retail sites and see if I can find a rocket ship to blast off to Planet 51. I really do believe in this kind of stuff. I really do. And that's why I was incredibly supportive of Disney putting off the Worlds Collide Tour. When I first heard the announcement just last year in late 2024 that the Worlds Collide Tour was going to be happening, I thought this was going to be something really special for a lot of people that was going to touch everybody's heart. And it not only touched the hearts of the girls that were involved with the Worlds Collide Tour and experienced it for the first time ever, really seeing a dream come true before their very eyes, but the parents who made this happen for their children and made so many sacrifices, sacrificing money and time and effort to prepare them, to buy them special outfits so they could be in front of their favorite stars looking just as beautiful as what they are. You guys deserve so much respect, and I want to just send a special thank you out from my heart to yours for sacrificing so much to make every child's dream happen, that you've been a part of their life for forever. They will forever remember you and forever love you for making every one of their dreams possible. And I say this because I wish more than ever that I could have had a little girl to have taken to the Worlds Collide Tour, but I never had the opportunity to have a little girl of my own. No girl ever wanted to spend the rest of her life with me. Now, that's not saying that there's somebody out there that doesn't want to spend the rest of their life with me, and I won't find somebody eventually. But because I never had that to cherish with anybody, any special moments created from Descendants of Zombies, I just want to say thank you to every parent who sacrificed so much to make their child's dreams come true. Perhaps the dreams of their child and their friends that they went to the Worlds Collide Tour with, sat next to, and probably made some really beautiful friends and some really beautiful friendships from the Descendants of Zombies Worlds Collide Tour experience, because 43 arena dates are a lot of arena dates and a lot to take in. But I'm so proud of every girl that attended this and had so much fun. You guys glowed. And I know that a lot of YouTube creators out there aren't going to go out of their way to tell you this, but you guys certainly glowed. And you were incredibly beautiful, just as beautiful, if not more beautiful, than all the stars that were a part of it. And don't you ever forget what I just told you, because this was a really special time for anyone who had ever been a fan of Descendants of Zombies. So should we tear this from the ground down with criticism? No, we shouldn't. We should say thank you to Kylie Cantrell. Thank you to Mila Baker. Thank you to Joshua Colley. Thank you to everybody who was a part of this, who made it such an enjoyable experience for so many beautiful people. I got this from the reactions that I saw on YouTube when the stars were shouting out, what song should we sing next? Cute girls were shouting out Place to Be. And they got every dream that they ever wanted to happen for them in front of their very eyes, from seeing Shrimpy jump out on stage and dance with the cast, to hearing Kylie Cantrell sing of her most beautiful songs from both her EP, Denim Goodie Bag, See You Tonight, and songs off the Descendants soundtrack, which you guys search up all the time on YouTube. I do the same thing, because I know what it's like to be each and every one of you. I'm almost 40 years old. I'll be 40 next year in May 24th, 2026. I will be 40 years old. And at 40 years old, I still sit down and I listen to the Descendants soundtrack because it's so beautiful. And it really gives me peace of mind to know that there is a chance out there that a dream can happen for somebody, no matter if you're listening to songs like Rotten to the Core, Space Between, If Only. If Only was a beautiful song. It was one of the real first ballads of Descendants. You know, forget about Rotten to the Core for a moment and just think about the lyrics of the song If Only. What if a dream could happen, hoping that the magic never runs out? If this is a magic, if this is dream, if this happened because of some sort of magic, or this is a dream that I'm experiencing with so many people being attracted to my YouTube channel and subscribing because of some sort of magic that I'm unaware of, I hope this is a dream most certainly I never wake up from, because you are incredibly supportive. One thing that every podcast host needs to realize, when you talk about Descendants of Zombies, the fans of Descendants of Zombies know what's up. They know what's going down. That's why they're such huge fans of Descendants of Zombies. So if you are incorrect with your statements about Descendants of Zombies, or you say something they don't like, they are going to kill you. Descendants of Zombies fans love this franchise so much. And they love people who are incredibly supportive just as much as they are of creating videos for them. I go out of my way every single day and night of my life to sit behind this podcast microphone and talk about Descendants of Zombies in a way I feel it's been deserved to be talked about for what feels like forever, and I haven't regretted it. I haven't looked back since. I've been riding a horse through the forest of Voradon for forever, searching for answers to questions that I don't have answers to, like the definite release date for Descendants Wicked Wonderland. And here's the thing. If I knew the answers to these questions, one can only assume it's going to happen. Presume it will happen sometime between now and summer 2026. That is what the release window is suggesting. We don't have a definite release date. We won't until it gets closer. But the thing is, people are saying that they're expecting it to drop between July and August of next year. And they're lying to you about it because they don't know the difference of it. They just presume because of the age demographic this attracts, people are just going to hit their subscribe button because that's what's up. That's the actual release date. This is who's actually going to be a part of the movie. There was a chance Dove Cameron could reprise her role as Mel. Don't ever believe that, because your hearts are smarter and your hearts are your best friend. So if you trust in your heart about Descendants and Zombies, then that will be your best friend, and that will lead you out of darkness and back into every light every single time. I think that a lot of people are just taking advantage of the popularity of Descendants and Zombies and not really giving it a chance. Let's see how the plot unfolds, how the plot thickens between Red and her sister. Liamani Segura is someone I look forward to seeing in summer 2026, and what she will offer to the plot and how it will unfold and how it will thicken. I look forward to seeing so much controversy between Red and her sister. I look forward to all your guys' opinions about the movie and what you like, what you don't like necessarily, but I think there are going to be more people who like more about the Wicked Wonderland title than are not going to like it. But I know there are going to be critics out there that are going to immediately criticize this, say the movie should have never been made, and I really think that's unfair. I think that judging a girl like Liamani Segura before we ever give her a chance is really unfair, because it's going to reduce her to tears, and because I've seen so many girls who have been a part of the Descendants franchise who have loved this to the death, I think that we really need to give these girls a chance to really shine. I think that there were a lot of girls that were part of the Descendants franchise that were never given the benefit of the doubt. It was always about Dove Cameron, Sophia Carson. It was never about other girls that were a part of it, girls who were extras, who really brought this one to life. I mean, Ruby Rose Turner's time with Descendants was very short-lived. And my heart breaks every single day for Ruby Rose Turner because I saw her cry. My heart breaks for Kylie Cantrell every single day because I saw her cry. I really think they deserve better, and I think they deserve better in the way of criticism and reviews. They don't even deserve constructive criticism, which is a nicer form of criticism. The most beautiful thing about Descendants and Zombies are the friendships that have been created by the stars, with Kylie Cantrell and Ruby Rose Turner's friendship having been looked at. God knows Kylie Cantrell and Malia Baker's friendship having been looked at with how much criticism it's received. I go back to a comment that was left on my show a couple of nights ago where one girl just simply said, "Why can't girls just be friends?" I saw this last night when I looked at some of my girlfriend's comments from her birthday. Happy birthday, by the way. One of her friends reached out and touched base with her for the first time in a really long time. I think it was over 10 years ago. And she was overcome with emotion. She was so proud to know that a friend actually thought of her on her birthday enough to write her a tribute message like you see sometimes on social media. And my heart really went out to her for doing that, because not very many people did say happy birthday to her, just to let you guys in on a little secret, a little something that happened. She's very emotional. I say this because I'm incredibly supportive of her, and I don't think she knows how supportive I am of her, but she is very emotional. If she sees a butterfly on her window, she's like, "Oh, pretty butterfly, I can't hurt you. Why do things have to die? Why do humans have to be treated this way?" She's just one of these genuinely kind people who deserved 150 birthday wishes, which she never got. She's incredibly beautiful. She's incredibly talented. She loves to paint. She loves to sing. She loves to draw. Even though she's not the best singer in the world, I can't lie. But she loves to just be herself. And I think a lot of guys have judged her because of that, because she's an introvert. But the thing is, Descendants and Zombies, it brings me back to Descendants and Zombies and how incredibly supportive each and every one of you are and have been of me in this show. I mean, I'm a guy just uploading Descendants and Zombies videos because I know how much it means to each and every one of you. It's not because of the trend on YouTube and how I feel it can get me thousands of subscribers. I'm not trying to take advantage of the stars and their success. I'm not trying to reach for the upper echelon and grab the proverbial brass ring and take advantage of it and tear it down from the ground up. I'm not trying to offer constructive criticism. But I think you guys deserve to be respected because you glowed at the Worlds Collide Tour and you were incredibly beautiful and you had so much fun at the Worlds Collide Tour. So why am I going to create a video after you had so much fun at the Worlds Collide Tour and destroy this thing? Why am I going to do that? I'm going to tell you that seeing a guy in a life-size Shrimpy costume was a dream for me. I mean, he ripped me off. I wanted to be Shrimpy. What happened? Why didn't Disney call me? I would have loved to have danced on stage and done the whole Shrimpy thing. place to be, kind of thing. You girls got to hit the subscribe button and make that happen for me. So I can put more smiles on people's faces. So I can jump at airplanes in Zombies 5, whatever the title's going to be, and be attacked by mermaids and ships. I would love to kick the ass of thousands of zombies, not only just on land, but on the water too, because it would give me the chance to finally shoot a shark. I mean, not only mermaids, but also sharks, like Jaws, could be seen in this kind of thing. I mean, we have a lot of stuff to be excited about. Jonathan Clarke has a whole lot of ass to kick. And he can't kick ass unless you hit the subscribe button. I can't put smiles on people's faces unless you hit the subscribe button. Because what happens is Disney will see these videos. They will say, this Jonathan Clarke guy, he's really crazy. Also really cute and adorable. So we have to bring him into the Zombies franchise to give Meg Donnelly incentive to come back as Addison, so he can fall in love with Addison. So we can finally have this great big wedding on the set of Zombies and have a whole lot of fun while the world is overtaken by the biggest zombie apocalypse of all time. Here's a plot for Zombies 5. Jonathan Clarke finally realizes his dream of falling in love with Addison, Meg Donnelly's character. The biggest wedding in Seabrook happens, but only for the biggest zombie apocalypse to ever transpire in the history of the world. And everybody is faced with death, staring it down. What will they do to get out of this situation? But only you girls can make that happen. Or I could work at Five Nights at Freddy's for the rest of my life. I don't want to have to do that. I want to eventually realize my dream to fall in love with one of the greatest cheerleaders of all time, because of how incredibly talented she is. Come to think of it, I don't think there's any guy on YouTube that really puts his heart into Addison, puts his heart into Meg Donnelly as much as what I have. I do this because I've seen her cry, I've seen her frustration, and I respect her so much. I really do. And I want to give her the support she deserves to have, because I don't even think the Zombies cast members have given her the support that she deserves. I mean, Mila Manheim lived with her for about a year and a half, and he didn't seem to be very supportive of her. On those live streams they did on TikTok where they were reading fan mail, looking at gifts that fans were sending them. That's another thing, too, how incredibly supportive you guys are. You give the stars gifts. Thank you guys so much for just being die-hard fans and being so incredibly supportive. I think that these girls deserve so much more respect, so much more credit where credit is due, and I will say this until the day that I die. And I'm fine with dying being the biggest supporter of Descendants of Zombies that there ever was on YouTube. I really am, because I just love it so much. I was a big fan of Liv and Maddie. I was a big fan of American Housewife. I was a big fan of the Winchesters that Meg Donnelly worked on. An even bigger fan of Zombies, because I know this was the movie that really catapulted Meg Donnelly to superstardom. Even though the movie only had 250 million hours to Descendants' 781 million hours of stream time. And I just read an interesting article a couple of days ago. 100 million streams have been recorded and went down for the original Descendants movie. So I think a lot of people do prefer, without a shadow of a doubt, the original cast and the original plot, the original directors, what have you. But I think more of a chance needs to be given to this franchise and to see how it evolves. If you would, evolve is a really interesting word. Years ago in English class, when the teacher looked at me and she said, what's one word you could use to describe the situation? I said evolve, because we were reading the book Dracula, and Dracula's situation was evolving into something totally different from what the book had started with. And she asked me to describe it in one word, and I said evolve. So let's give this franchise a chance to evolve, if anything, and see where we go from here with that. And you're saying to yourself, hey, Jonathan Clarke, man, you make really nice videos. Thank you. I really do try my hardest to try to connect with an audience, because it's one thing to sit here and talk about Descendants of Zombies, but you can also talk about it in a way where your fans that are watching the videos feel as if they're a part of what you're talking about. And that's why I haven't looked back since. If you're going to create nice videos about Descendants of Zombies, then that's what you have to do, and that's what you should do. I think that's what every YouTube creator should aspire to do. If someone is watching this show who would love to be a part of a zombie apocalypse, or die in a zombie apocalypse, or die because of an alien invasion, I see nothing wrong with that. I hope it doesn't ever happen to you. But I really see nothing wrong with that. If a little girl believes that there is going to be the biggest alien invasion in the history of the world because there is an alien mothership reportedly on the way to Earth to kill us all, then I'm not going to take that away from a girl. I mean, if they want to come open up fire on us all, I think that would be a really cool experience, because I've been trying to get abducted by aliens for years. My mom, before her battle with cancer, thought I was insane for wanting to be abducted by aliens, but I really did. I saw all these alien invasion shows. I used to stay up late at night and watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer because I produced that show years ago, and I knew a lot of guys that were on that show that I was working with at the time who were extra vampires who would basically just get the shit kicked out of them on the show. So Buffy had this late night air time. It was never in prime time until later years of its life when it was moved from the Fox network to the CW years later, because CW picked up all the shows because they offered you a more cheaper kind of deal. So I used to watch Buffy really late at night when Warner Brothers used to be producing it, and I was working with it. And then after that used to come all these alien invasion shows. So I used to stay up late at night and watch all these alien invasion shows and think, oh my God, there is a chance that I can finally be abducted by aliens and realize my greatest dream. And I've held on to it ever since. Not only that, but I've always wanted to be a vampire slayer, so I had the opportunity to when I was really young, and I kind of want to get back into that kind of thing and let these new kids on the block, if you would, from shows like Vampire Diaries and True Blood know that Jonathan Clarke knows what's up, and he's coming for you. But the only way that can happen is if some girl hits the subscribe button. Because I would really love to bring these franchises like Zombies and Descendants to life in a way that they've never been brought to life before. I love you guys so much. I love how you showed up at the Worlds Collide Tour and you've never left. I love how this summer will go down in history as a summer that we will never forget. Because we've been a part of something so special and so spectacular, and this has really been an honor for me to be able to sit behind this podcast microphone at just 9:20 a.m. this morning, after not even having finished my cup of tea, and have talked about Descendants and Zombies for you in a way that I think for a very long time it has deserved to be talked about. I don't think you deserve to see all these videos popping up on YouTube this morning with so much criticism that it makes you tired of watching it. I think that you deserve to see a guy on YouTube for his opinion for what it's worth, offering you an opinion for what it's worth, and you really running away with it because this opinion is something that you can depend on. I want you guys to know that there are a lot of YouTube channels out there that do upload Descendants and Zombies videos, and that will upload Descendants and Zombies videos throughout the day, if they don't upload a video once every 3 to 4 months or 3 to 4 weeks, what have you. That will promise you so many Descendants and Zombies videos, but I think this YouTube channel is the first Descendants and Zombies YouTube channel that actually promised you videos, and they were actually following through with. So I said last night we were going to have a Descendants and Zombies video this morning. It popped up. I will promise you a Descendants and Zombies video sometime this afternoon. It will pop up. I think that if you're going to create these videos for your fans, that's what you've got to do. You've got to create these videos for your fans, and you've got to make them feel as if they are a part of something, because if you fail drastically at doing that, then you're never going to learn how to stay calm and zombie on in even the most worst of situations. I want to say thank you so much to everybody who believed in the chances of me jumping out of an airplane backwards and dying. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you who have made me believe that there is a chance that I could surpass Mr. Beast with 416.1 million subscribers on my YouTube channel. And I want to say thank you to everybody who believed that I could have fallen in love with Kylie Cantrell or Meg Donnelly on the sets of Descendants and Zombies. Because without you, I really don't know where I would be. I would probably just be some guy uploading videos on Descendants and Zombies that nobody will be watching. But for some reason, everybody has fallen in love with my YouTube channel. And I can't thank you enough for that. I honestly don't know where I would be today. Probably talking about something or uploading some video that made no sense to anybody, and nobody would be subscribing or nobody would be liking my video. With that having been said, I want to say thank you to all the Descendant stars, and I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for being so incredibly supportive of this show. And I promise you, I will be back later on today with another great video for each and every one of you about Descendants and Zombies, because you have deserved to hear great reviews about Descendants and Zombies for far long enough now, and it's time that somebody goes out of their way to make that happen for each and every one of you. I would never have been able to do this without each and every one of you, because you are the ones who subscribe, you are the ones who like the videos and send a message out to my heart that you love these videos every single time you hit the like and subscribe button. I really don't know where I'd be without each and every one of you, and I've questioned that many times. But I know that we are in this together. We are going to die a part of this franchise together and a part of this niche, which I love so much. Thank you guys so much, more importantly, for just showing up and being you. You really did glow at the Worlds Collide Tour, and I certainly hope that no other YouTube creator is going out of he or she's way to really tear that down from the ground up for you, because they have no business doing that. I want to say from my heart to yours, I love you so much, and we will talk again later on today. Keep kindness in your heart and hold on to every dream, because I can guarantee you that every dream that a person has, he or she has, is incredibly beautiful. And all you really need is a little bit of extra support to really push that dream into the reality realm for you, because it is possible that every dream that you've held on to for forever can become a reality and can happen for you. Come to think of it, that's an airplane passing over my helipad now. Hopefully Ruby is driving it. Hopefully they're going to drop off the Descendants cast and we can get to work on Descendants 6 for you guys. Because it's one thing to produce Descendants 5, Wicked Wonderland, and have all these rumors online, but you can shoot movies back to back like they did for Wicked. Ruby, come back. I love you guys so much, man. Hold on to every dream. Never quit believing in yourself. Be kind to one another. Bye, YouTube. We will do this again and talk again in a few hours from now. Be kind to one another.